Graduation Day ceremony of the AIDED stream for the academic year 2019-2020. As we commence this solemn occasion, I request the congregation seated in the Anderson Hall, as well as those who are seated in the different venues, to kindly rise as the dignitaries arrive in a procession, and request everyone to remain so till the dignitaries take their seats on the dais. I request everyone to kindly rise. Kindly be seated. Kindly take your seats. On behalf of the Madras Christian College Fraternity, the Principal and Secretary, Dr. Paul Wilson, Bursar Mr. Cyrus Kallupurakal, the Board of Directors, the teaching, administrative, support staff, alumni and the graduates of the AIDED stream, I welcome our distinguished and erudite guest of honor, Shri Gautam Radhakrishna Desi Raju, Professor, Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. It is our immense privilege to have our guest of honor today with us, connected virtually, to witness and be part of this momentous occasion in spite of certain unforeseen circumstances. We will commence the 42nd graduation day by invoking the presence and blessings of our Lord Almighty with a prayer by Reverend Dr. C.S.C. Ross, College Chaplain. This will be followed by the reading of the college prayer by the Bursar, Mr. Cyrus Kallupurakal. Prayer for the alumni will be led by Dr. C. Selvaraj, Secretary, MCC Alumni Association. The prayers will be followed by the singing of the hymn, Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven, and the Tamil Thai Varthu, both rendered by the college choir. Following the invocation and the singing, the graduation day will be officially declared open by the Principal and Secretary, Dr. Paul Wilson. May I now request the congregation to kindly rise for the opening prayer and to remain standing till the declaration of the graduation day by the principal.
O God, the Creator and Sustainer, before whom generations rise and pass away, we thank you for your creation, preservation, and liberation. The author of life, the fountain of wisdom, you have been the source of inspiration for the life, work, and witness of the Madras Christian College during the past 185 years. We thank you for the heritage into which we have entered in this college, for opportunities freely given to think, study, and worship, for the enlightenment gained in this place, and the attainment of the higher values of life. We thank you for this day and on its significance as we celebrate the 42nd graduation day of the AIDED stream.
Who in days past didst put it into the hearts of good men to found this college for the imparting of sound learning, the building of character, and the spread of spiritual truth and knowledge of thyself. Bless our college and schools. May love, unity, and brotherhood be learnt here. May industry, uprightness, and courage grow here. And from this place, may there be sent forth continually a stream of men and women who shall serve thee faithfully in thy world. Amen.
Prayer for the alumni and alumni. O God, of whose gift alone it cometh, that thy faithful people do unto thee true and fruitful service. We pray thee to follow with thy blessing those students who have gone out from amongst us to serve in the wider arena of life outside these college walls. Strengthen them to meet victoriously all temptations. Enable them for the faithful performance of their life work, and may they ever, without fear of man, follow steadfastly where duty, right, and honor lead. Amen.
True. திகழ்வரதர் கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
The graduation of the college has been called to distribute the degrees and diplomas in various subjects of the college upon the candidates who in the examination recently held for the purpose have been certified to be worthy of the same.
Kindly be seated. Leadership author John C. Maxwell says, "A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." Dr. Paul Wilson, through his dynamic leadership, he advanced academic excellence, social relevance, and spiritual virality to a remarkable extent. His pioneering vision and mission have transformed MCC, which has seen progress and development at an unprecedented pace. I take pleasure in inviting our principal, Dr. Paul Wilson, to deliver the welcome address and to present the college report for the year 2020-2021.
The chief guest for this 42nd graduation day of the aided stream of Madras Christian College, Dr. Gautam Radhakrishna Desiraju, Professor, Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. The Chairman, MCC Association and Board of Directors, is not able to be present today, and President of MCC Alumni Association, Mr. Maman. Secretary and the association members of MCC Alumni Association, the members of MCC Association, the Board of Directors, Bursar, Deans, heads of the departments, offices of the college, faculty members, alumni, administrative and support staff, media, graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen. As a part of the tradition, it is a God-given privilege for me to welcome each one present for the 42nd graduation day, to introduce the chief guest and to briefly present a report of the aided stream of the college for the academic year 2020 and 2021. A hearty welcome to Dr. Gautam Desiraju, a Professor, Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And I also wish to mention in this auspicious occasion that Dr. Gautam R. Desiraju is the grandson of an alumnus, Dr. Radhakrishnan, the former President of India. Dr. Gautam Desiraju is a structural chemist who has been in the Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore since 2009. Prior to this, he had been in the University of Hyderabad for 30 years. He has played a major role in the development and growth of the subject of crystal engineering. He is noted for gaining acceptance for the theme of weak hydrogen bonding among chemists and crystallographers. His books on crystal engineering, published by Elsevier in the year 1989 and by World Scientific in the year 2011, and the weak hydrogen bond in structural chemistry and biology are particularly well known among scientists. He is one of the most highly cited Indian scientists with more than 430 research papers, 40,000 citations, and an H index of 83. He has won international awards such as Alexander von Humboldt Fellowship and TWA's Award in Chemistry. He has guided around 40 PhD scholars. He has edited 3 multi-author books in solid state and supramolecular chemistry. He is a member of the editorial advisory boards of Agwante Chem, Chemical Communications, and Journal of the American Chemical Society. He is a former president of the International Union of Crystallography and recipient of an honorary doctorate degree of the Universidad Nacional de Córdoba, Argentina, and of the Rayalaseema University, Kurnool. He was awarded the Acharya P.C. Ray Medal of the University of Calcutta in the year 2015 for innovation in science and technology. He was awarded the ISA Medal for Science of the University of Bologna for the year 2018. At present, he is the chairman of the governing council of the very famous Bose Institute at Calcutta. He has formerly been the chairman of the research councils of the National Chemical Laboratory, Pune, and the Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad. Due to unavoidable circumstances, Dr. Gautam Radhakrishna Desiraju is unable to join us physically, but has graciously consented to be present with us virtually. He has sent his graduation day address as a video clip, which will be played after the presentation of my report for the year 2020 and 21. Let me move on to the report for the year 2020 and 21. MCC has been ranked at 4th position in science and 5th position in arts as per the India Today MDAR ranking in the year 2020, and number 1 in Chennai. As per the Education World ranking, it has been ranked as number 3 in India and number 1 in Tamil Nadu and Chennai. NARF ranking for the year 2020, we have been ranked at the 17th position among arts and science colleges. New courses that are offered in the Madras Christian College. Affiliation has been granted by the University of Madras to offer BCom in professional accounting and an additional section in BCom General under the self-finance stream from 2020 and 21 has been offered in our college. Champion of Justice Award, Department of Social Work, aided stream, has a cluster called Social Work Students Association, which has received the prestigious Champion of Justice Award from the Government of Tamil Nadu, Police and International Justice Mission, IJM, on 9th February 2021. Infrastructural developments. Sewage treatment plant, the second green project, was dedicated on 27th May 2020 by our former principal. Our college management has spent around 1.07 crores on this project. All campus sewage gets recycled with an outcome of 3.75 lakh liters of grey water per day, apart from manure, which is being used for farm cultivation purposes. Groundbreaking ceremony of MCC Boyd Tandon School of Business was held on 27th May 2020. Groundbreaking ceremony of audiovisual room in the Department of Chemistry was held on 22nd October 2020. This project was sponsored by Dr. C.J. Alexander, a distinguished alumnus of the Department of Chemistry through United Board for Christian Higher Education in Asia. The historic inauguration of MCC MRF Innovation Park was held on 17th March 2021. MRF Limited has contributed around 2.32 crores in the beginning during the year 2021 towards a total project cost of 26.09 crores, which is being fully funded by the MRF Foundation. The dignitaries were present on the day of inauguration was Mr. K.M. Marman, the chairman of MCC Association and Board of Directors and chairman of MRF Limited, Mr. Arun Marman, vice chairman and managing director of MRF Limited, Mr. P.W.C. Devidar, IAS, former additional chief secretary of Government of Tamil Nadu, Selvi Apurva, IAS, principal secretary to the Government Higher Education Department, Dr. R. David Koilpillai, professor from the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Madras, Dr. C. Muthamal Chelvan, former vice chancellor in charge, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, all of them raised the occasion. Dr. C.J. Alexander, a distinguished alumnus of the Department of Chemistry of a college, has contributed an amount of 6.2 lakhs through the United Board for Christian Higher Education in Asia for the projects of the Department of Chemistry. The amount has been used for the construction of audiovisual room in the Department of Chemistry. We have also generated fund through other means. Mr. K.M. Marman, Chairman, MCC Association and Board of Directors, has donated an amount of 37.51 lakhs through MOWI Foundation for the Center for Teaching and Learning at MCC. A grant of US dollars around 24,960, amounting to be 18.545 lakhs, has been received from the United Board for Christian Higher Education in Asia towards United Board Pandemic Response Fund for establishing Center for Teaching and Learning at MCC. We recently inaugurated the center called Meston Center for Teaching and Learning. MCC also was involved in relief programs in the beginning of the pandemic lockdown. The college, in coordination with the Department of Social Work, NSS, SCM and College Union Society, undertook a relief program in response to COVID-19 pandemic among the migrants in Tamil Nadu who are struggling to go back to their native places. The outreach work was inaugurated on 3rd June 2020. During the time of pandemic, we had to resolve to conduct webinars. Keeping the current pandemic crisis in mind, departments and units of MCC were encouraged to conduct webinars in association with reputed organizations. We were also concerned about the environment. Professor Edward Barnes' Tree Plantation Drive 2020 was conducted at Madras Christian College by MCC Campus Curatory in association with Scrub Society on 9th October 2020. Saplings of same species were planted on the exact spots in order to replace the lost ones during Varda cyclone. As an initiative, saplings were planted along the roads around the main building and halls of residence. MCC has taken an initiative to kindle entrepreneurship inspiration of the students and hence formed MCC Entrepreneurship Development Cell, MCC EDC, in association with Center for Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute called EDII Tamil Nadu, Anna University, Chennai. Ideation Club provides an avenue for the students to discuss, share and interact among themselves and mentors pertaining to the above subject. We also have encouraged those who are inclined towards conducting research. MCC has taken up a strategic effort to create awareness and measures towards capacity building among members of the faculty through MCC Research Colloquium. Periodical virtual meetings on the content such as nuances of scholarly writing, research metrics, pedagogical innovations and designing curriculum were conducted on a weekly basis. 58 lectures were organized during this academic year. An outreach program was also organized around 7 colleges of education under St. Christopher's College of Education, which is sponsored by UGC, which was conducted for about 7 days by select faculty from MCC Research Colloquium. It was a community learning experience by our own faculty members, equipping each other. Funds generated for through the research projects, totally around 68.49 lakhs have been generated by 3 members of faculty through the 4 projects. Dr. Jnanashekaran, from the member of faculty from the Department of Botany, and Dr. Logamanya Tilak, Dr. Moses Inbaraj, former professor of zoology, Dr. A. Sylvia Daisy, Department of Social Work. They were the members who were involved in these projects in generating this fund. Retirement of administrative and support staff. Mr. D. Shankar from the Kibble Computer Center, Department of MCA, Mr. Rajendran, Basa's office, Mr. C. Arjunan, Alumni and Public Relations Office, Mr. Esapadam from the Department of Botany, Mr. Sampath from the Estate Office have retired during this academic year. Dr. Sam Praveen Kumar from the Department of Philosophy received his PhD degree under the able guidance of Dr. K. Joshua, former Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Philosophy, Madras Christian College. And faculty paper presentations and publications. 8 faculty members presented 9 papers in national conferences and seminars, and 23 faculty members presented 44 papers in international conferences and seminars. Regarding publications, 50 faculty members published 96 papers, 6 articles, 3 chapters, and 7 books. Lectures delivered. 53 faculty members delivered around 84 lectures as resource persons. Recognition, 5 faculty members received awards and honors. Dr. S. Sadasivam, Department of Tamil, received Tamil Semal Award from the Honorable Chief Minister, former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu on 1st February 2021. Dr. T. Shamila, Department of Commerce, was recognized by the World Book of Records for her contribution of a paper in the longest international conference world record event organized by ESN International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research and Innovation, ICMRI 2020. Conferences, seminars, workshops, lectures, and webinars organized by the department. 5 departments organized 1 conference, 2 seminars, 5 workshops, 2 service learning programs. 4 departments organized 7 endowment lectures, 5 departments organized 40 lectures, 7 departments organized 30 webinars. Number of PhDs produced by the college: 13 research supervisors guided around 16 scholars for the award of PhD degree. The departments are the departments of English, Tamil, History, Economics, Philosophy, Mathematics, Botany, and Zoology. The strength in the aided stream is totally 3,249, in which 56% is from the women and 44% is from men. And regarding the pass percentage, in BA we have 69% of pass, and BSc is 86%, BCom 96%, MA 88%, MSc 97%, and MCom 98%, MSW 92%. Paper presentations by students were also encouraged by Madras Christian College. Around 13 students from the 6 departments presented 8 papers, 7 posters, and have written 1 book chapter and published 1 book, 1 paper they published in an article as an article, and 1 book review. MCC also recognizes and encourages sports and games. J. Jeswin Alden from 1st BA History bagged the gold medal in the event long jump in 36th National Junior Athletics Championship in the year 2021 at Guwahati, Assam. In addition, he also created a new meet record in the event long jump in 32nd South Zone National Junior Athletics Championship in 2021 at Kerala. Other students were involved in sports and games, and few significant achievements are here. Nitin from 1st MCom bagged gold medal in the event 200 meters in 34th Tamil Nadu State Junior and Senior Open Athletic Championship in the year 2021 at Sivakasi. And Mukesh from 1st BA History secured 4th position in the event 110 hurdles. And Gopal, 2nd BA English, secured 6th position in the event triple jump. The year 2021 served also as a year of reviving the culture by addressing the cultural discontinuity. Very glad to announce that Professor Bennett Albert Tournament was revived after a gap of 5 years in the year 2021. The tournament was a regular event from 2004 to 2010. Thereafter, it was not organized regularly. Between 2010 to 20, it was conducted only twice. Now the event has been integrated with a calendar for creating a system. NCC Infantry, Naval and Air Wing cadets participated in the training camps, awareness programs and campaigns, and tree plantation drives. Celebrated Independence Day and Republic Day in Madras Christian College. National Service Scheme, NSS unit organized 4 webinars and many programs such as online quiz, Independence Day contest, awareness programs, campaigns, live session on diabetes and COVID-19, panel discussion and oath-taking ceremony. Scrub Society organized a green walk and plastic recycling awareness program on 22nd March 2021. More than 250 students participated in this event. College Union Society conducted an inter and intra-collegiate cultural event called Aurora 2020-21, which was organized on 30th January 2021. Pandemic could not stop us from celebrating student autonomy. College Union Society election for student chairman was conducted virtually on 11th September 2020, for the first time conceptualized by the Vice President and Staff Advisor of College Union Society and from the support from the faculty members. Sports events were conducted through online mode for students, beginning with the inter-department online chess tournament. MCC Boyd Tandon School of Business. 12 students for professional diploma in data analytics for business administrations have registered for a 6-month course, and 3 students for the postgraduate certificate in data analytics for business applications, PDC DABA. Classes were conducted from the October 2020. School of Continuing Education. The School of Continuing Education has introduced 6 new courses during this academic year. Diploma or internship in the elements of archaeology, diploma and internship in shipping logistics, diploma in hotel operations and food safety management, internship on the historical monuments of Chennai and Pondicherry, diploma in counseling skills, certificate course in competitive examinations. Campus ministries. The activities of campus ministries encompassing staff study circle, staff prayer fellowship, student Christian movement, and Institute for Advanced Christian Studies had enriched the college community in enriching spiritual vitality, one of the core values of Madras Christian College. Bishop Eber Chapel service conducted online services in English, which was broadcasted on the Bishop Eber Chapel official YouTube channel every Sunday at 8 a.m. Anderson Hall prayer was broadcasted on every working day at 8:15 a.m. on the Bishop Eber Chapel official YouTube channel. Staff Study Circle. The first meeting was held on the 8th October 2020. Dr. Sundar Manogaran, the Director General of Pandit Deenadayal Petroleum University, now called Energy University, Ahmedabad, was the speaker, and he spoke on the topic Initiative, Investment, Innovation. He expounded on the significance and the need for initiative and innovation in research in higher education. The second meeting was conducted on the 21st January of 2021, where the principal served as a resource person. Student Christian Movement. SCM unit commenced its social action program jointly with the College Union Society, NSS, and the Department of Social Work by distributing food packets to the migrant workers on June 3rd, 2020. SCM students did intercessory prayers twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays for various needs and concerns during this pandemic. On 8th September 2020, the 3 student bodies, College Union Society, NSS, and SCM, organized Teachers' Day celebration via Zoom. The student-teacher retreat on 31st January 2021 was conducted, where Reverend Dr. Marcus, lead pastor, Christian Community Church, shared God's word. Student counseling services later the service offered for the students, where through the telecounseling, 730 telecounseling sessions were conducted for the students, and 610 students and 81 staff and 39 parents were benefited through the counseling services offered by the student counseling services. 34 students and 12 teaching staff were trained in pure counseling course and basic counseling course level 2 respectively. Institute for Advanced Christian Studies conducted the following programs: Pastors Conference on 10th October 2020, Church Music Course virtually was conducted from 5th to 20th February 2021, Christmas program was organized on 12th December, Diploma in Christian Studies program began on 29th September. 40 candidates have registered for Certificate in Biblical Foundations course in ICM Church, Kelambakam Satellite Center. Internal Quality Assurance Cell conducted 2 faculty development programs. In the first program, Mr. Vimal Girald, from Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science at St. Joseph's College, served as a resource person. He spoke on e-content development. Secondly, we had an FDAP conducted on training of trainers on outcome-based education by Dr. C. James from Scott Christian College. Placement Cell. The campus drive for 2020-21 started with pre-placement talk by Teach for India during 1st to 3rd September 2020, followed by aptitude test and HR interview. About 35 companies, including Deloitte, Cognizant, Tata Consulting Services, Bank of New York, Wipro, Infosys, Ford, Zifo R&D had conducted online mode campus drive. 152 students have been placed during this academic year 2020 and 2021. Center for Women Studies organized 5 webinars. 2-day capacity building workshop for women students was organized on February 26th and 27th of 2021. In addition, we had a capacity building program offered for our own non-teaching staff for upskilling and reskilling purposes. Alumni chapter meetings also were conducted during this academic year. though it was a pandemic lockdown. Alumni chapter meetings were organized through Zoom by Thiruvala chapter and through hybrid mode by the Nilgiris chapter. And Dr. P. Wilson, principal, participated in both the chapter meetings and strengthened the bond between the college and alumni. MCC form. 3 students each from the Department of Botany, Department of Zoology and the Department of MCA have done their farm-related projects. The sale of pork was withheld for over 5 months due to pandemic. It was revived again in August 2020. The vermicompost area has been converted into primary shelter for poultry unit. The upper floor of the farm office was refurbished to create office space for research. Dr. Chandran Devnason Center for Human Resource Development. A webinar on skills for future data science, AI and ML was organized on 29th August 2020. Soft skill orientation program was organized for PG students. Nearly 350 students attended the event. Author Speak series was launched as a new initiative on 29th January 2021. Institute for Administrative Services Coaching organized 3 webinars. Civil Services as a career option in collaboration with Shankar IAS Academy. An approach to civil services exam in collaboration with Ganesh IAS Academy. Strategies and steps to crack civil service examinations in collaboration with Eva Stalin IAS Academy were conducted on 25th July, 12th September and 4th November 2020. 2 students trained by IASC cleared UGC NET examinations in the year 2020. Family Life Institute. Regular services were rendered through FLI Hospital from July 2020. Tailoring course began on 5th October 2020. A webinar on successful families in the pandemic was organized on 7th October 2020. An awareness program on the importance of education of children and entrepreneurship was conducted on 21st January 2021. Rice received from Zoho Corporation, Farm Corporation has been distributed to the Narikarawa community members with the help of MSW students of Loyola placed at FLI for the purpose of field work. Center for Peace Studies. Center for Peace Studies has completed 9 years of its existence this year. 2 webinars were conducted. A 2-day international webinar on creating young ambassadors for a culture of peace was conducted on 14th and 15th of August 2020. An international webinar on peace and conflict resolution, perspectives from around the globe was conducted on 10th and 11th December 2020. MCC community colleges. We have 3 community colleges, one at West Tambaram, one at Pulikkad and one at Kotagiri. Many students enrolled during this academic year. 21 students were admitted in Diploma Healthcare. 5 students were admitted in Diploma in Computer Hardware Services. In Kotagiri, around 10 students were admitted in Diploma in Healthcare. 6 students in Diploma in Hospitality and Retail Marketing Management. In Pulikkad, around 14 students were admitted in Diploma Healthcare. Online classes for Diploma in Healthcare course started in the year 2020 July. The academic year 2020-21 has witnessed once again the sovereign hand of God, orchestrating all the events sustaining us through crisis during pandemic lockdown, in addition to receiving an honor and privilege of becoming trend-setting and trend-shifting institution as in the past. Madras Christian College will strive hard to appropriate and contextualize the developments in education by tuning itself with the current trends, fulfilling the vision of our founding fathers and plan of God. Institution of MCC MRF Innovation Park would redefine the education in liberal arts and science colleges of India, setting trends for other institutions of similar order to appropriate. Lockdown was an opportunity to prove that MCC reckons employee value proposition through its service to humanity by holding its staff financially safe through its reserves. Manifestation of establishing new equilibrium by MCC through a seamless transition in redeeming the digital space during lockdown can be ascribed to the providence of God in rendering MCC resilient in any stress or strain. Apart from setting benchmarks for the development of the institution, Madras Christian College believes in hand-holding the stakeholders to achieve the goal by providing awareness, infrastructure, incentivization, mentorship, and opportunities to grow from naivety to proficiency. May God bless Madras Christian College in hoc signo.
As a true gentleman of MCC, your refined presentation was truly inspiring and heartwarming. Our hearts are filled with gratitude to God for His blessings He has bestowed upon Madras Christian College in the past years. Thank you, sir.
We live in the days of technological revolution that fundamentally alters the way we live, work, and relate to one another. So ladies and gentlemen, let us greet our erudite guest of honor, Dr. Gautam Radhakrishna Desiraju, who is connected with us virtually. Shall we all give him a round of applause? Sir will now bring greetings on this special occasion and share his wishes with the new graduates. The greetings will then be followed by the pre-recorded graduation day address. Over to you, over to Dr. Gautam Radhakrishna Desiraju, sir.
Young men and women who are on the threshold of getting your degrees and your entry into the large world of life from the secluded, protected and happy world of the college, I offer you my sincere greetings this afternoon. When you leave the college, you should carry with you the tradition of MCC. Not every institution that is 185 years old in India survives. So your college is a very special one. And you should take a little bit of that special with you wherever you go and what. Thanks to the technological innovation, I am with you in spirit today, if not in the flesh, because I was suddenly stricken with a viral illness earlier this week. And yesterday at the similar time, I would not have been in a position to talk to you. Luckily, I got better this morning. I was able to record my lecture, which is in the full printed form in what you have. Because of my illness, I have abbreviated certain things in the spoken version, but the written version is what should be on the record. But nothing new has been put, only certain sections in the printed version I have not been able to deliver for obvious reasons. With these few words, I wish you all the very best for a wonderful life and a great career and much happiness in whatever you do. Happiness is something which is seriously missing in our world today. I hope MCC has taught you that it is seeking this happiness and getting it that gives one some of the greatest joys in life. Thank you, Principal Wilson and all the faculty and others for having welcomed me into your group this afternoon. And it's a great pleasure for me. I hope on a more propitious occasion, I will have an occasion to come physically to your historic campus and enjoy for myself what so many have told me about. Good afternoon, all of you, and all the very best graduating students.
I'm very pleased to be in Madras Christian College to deliver this address today. MCC is an old and established educational institution. It has moved successfully with the times over its long and illustrious history. This is why it has retained its standing. Today, there are new opportunities and the college will need to orient its programs in the scenario of a rapidly changing and aspirational India. In this brief talk, I would like to tell you about why we need to rethink our strategies for education and research in India, because MCC is an educational institution. COVID, in a way, should be the catalyst for a change in our thinking because it has highlighted some of the problems we have been facing and trying to pretend didn't exist. I will start with higher education and then say a few things about education policies in general. COVID, whatever havoc it has caused all over the world, and there is no doubt that it is a catastrophe of a type not witnessed in our lifetimes, is also a perfect storm for deep reform in education and research. It provides the trigger for a completely new relook into these critical sectors. The time for piecemeal solutions that are based on consensual agreements and political calculations has long since passed. Any attempt to cling to these old, safe, more comfortable ways of doing things will get us into serious trouble, and that too quite quickly. We must reform because there is now no alternative. We have state universities which handle the largest number of students but have almost no funding and no research. Then we have central universities which have a little more funding and a bit more research. In the end, there must be a certain amount of research in any postgraduate institution. Separating teaching and research has been a foolish policy that has brought no gains to the country. For science subjects, we have the IITs which cater to two entirely different streams of students, the B.Tech and the MSc PhD. And then the spin-offs from the IITs, namely the ICERs, that are still too new to pass a judgment on. CSIR is neither here nor there. It hands out PhD degrees too, although it is not an educational institution. In humanities and social sciences, the burden is placed on the poorly funded state universities. I am sorry to say so. The course programs are also highly politicized, but more so in the central government institutions, following from the cynical agreement between the government of Indira Gandhi and the leftist dispensation in the 1970s. So we are talking about things that happened 50 years ago. These socialistic economic models have lost currency everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, everywhere in the world, except in Indian academia where they thrive. Some of these social sciences departments just churn out Andolanjeevis, some of whom migrate abroad after a few years of professional agitations during their student days and live respectable, law-abiding lives in faraway foreign countries. Others think they will become successful politicians. Of course they don't, and gradually they become troublesome bores who inflict their opinions on others in social media. What a waste of taxpayer money educating these people. After COVID, we know that education cannot be treated independently from 1, the economy, 2, geopolitics, and 3, the constitution. I will take up these factors one by one. Let us take the state of our economy first. There are huge money cuts now post-COVID. The budget of the entire education ministry is just around 100,000 crores. It should be 6 times this amount, realistically. Considering that the salary and pension budget is almost 55% and upwards of the whole kitty in government educational institutions, this leaves very little to do any kind of research. In this situation, the entry of the private sector in the educational system becomes a must. The private sector has already entered the field of higher education actually. But how much control should the government exercise over private institutions? Some of them, of course, are little more than money spinning businesses, the newer ones, not MCC. What about foreign universities? Should they be allowed to open campuses in India? Should our institutions hire foreign faculty? how do you fit them into our scheme of reservations in employment? Suppose a private university or a foreign university wants to have courses only in certain subjects. This is a more tricky problem. Suppose they say we want to start a program in pharmaceutical sciences but not in African studies. Do we allow them? Suppose they say we do not want to follow your reservation policies. Do we allow them? Suppose they say we want to admit foreign students in large numbers because they can be asked to pay higher fees. This is standard. In many foreign universities, students of the particular country where it is located pay very cheap fees, and students from all other countries pay much higher fees. So there is nothing unusual about what I am suggesting. But do we prohibit them from entering because they are asking these questions? By prohibiting them, we are effectively saying that foreign students cannot study in Indian colleges and universities. This may be bad for our international image and soft power. If an Indian government institution runs a foreign campus, as is being talked about today quite seriously for some of the IITs, will it have our reservations there? If MCC wants to start a campus in Singapore, which is quite a reasonable thing to do considering that Chennai and Singapore are so close by, because it feels it will be economically profitable for MCC to do so, would it be willing to do so without reserving places for Christians? What is the long-term future of minority educational institutions in India? Another question. Will they be allowed to keep the many privileges they have in the name of secularism, an idea that nobody really understands anymore, assuming we understood it at all in the past 75 years? We didn't know what it was then, we don't know what it is now. Suppose the government runs out of money, which is already happening, and there is no alternative but to accept money from private and foreign institutions that lay down certain conditions. What will we do? Taking to the streets, stone pelting, shouting and rioting, as we are now doing for hijabs and namaz, is not an option, because for too long we have lived as if there was no tomorrow. Tomorrow has come. Today is tomorrow. I realize that I am asking many uncomfortable questions. I am not ashamed of doing so. It is easy to talk about nice, comfortable things. But comfortable things don't give you answers to uncomfortable problems, like not getting jobs. That is the point. That is the crux of the matter. Education has to empower a student to get a job commensurate with his or her level of training. That is not happening in India today, and hence you see the anger and uncertainty in the student community. Now let us go to the second point in education research, which I believe is worthy of consideration: geopolitics. Geostrategies are going to be very important because countries now, post-COVID especially, are going to become more isolationist. They are going to withdraw into themselves. Since Ukraine is in the news now, I will quote a Ukrainian proverb that says that a thread from many looms makes a shirt for a naked man. What does this mean? It means the long and short of this is that we must solve our own problems ourselves. We cannot use borrowed models. Actually, withdrawing into oneself is not so bad in times of crisis. For geostrategy, let us take an example from the pharma sector. Till 1990, we were doing quite well in making pharmaceutical compounds in India because of the liberal policies that the various governments adopted between 1970 and 1990, and we developed good expertise in making these compounds. We were doing our things by ourselves, for ourselves. You know, the thread was spun from a single loom. By 1990, however, cheaper Chinese imports started flooding the market. The cost differential for common pharmaceuticals sold across the counter is roughly 10 to 30% between these Chinese imports and local products. If the government had encouraged the pharma industry and made up that balance, we would not have been in a soup today. This dependence on imports caused us to lose our scientific edge in making these drugs. So we were able to make the drugs before. Now because the Chinese imports became cheaper, industry stopped making. So the number of people who are trained to do good synthetic chemistry, that started dropping. Simple, supply and demand. We lost the technical competence in synthesis we had. Industries took to formulations rather than synthesis. Formulation means taking the pure drug and make it into tablets, capsules, syrups, injections, ointments. We are world leaders in formulation, but it is dangerous to depend too much on formulations. Generally, the share of formulations in a healthy pharma industry is 25%. For us, it is 75%. Why is it dangerous? Formulation depends on getting the pure drug from somewhere else, either through domestic synthesis or Chinese imports. Domestic synthesis we are not doing. So we have to depend on the Chinese imports. What happens if China denies us those imports? Our pharma industry, which is over dependent on formulations, will collapse overnight. Yes, it may hurt the Chinese temporarily to deny us their exports, but tomorrow they may decide that they will cover that sum through subsidies to their industry to offset their loss, but more to cause more suffering to India. Where do we go then? We have 70 million type 2 diabetics and probably 150 million hypertensives in this country. Where will all these people go without the standard daily medications that they are taking? Chinese drug exports to India, this is another interesting factor. Chinese drug exports to India are around 10% of their total exports. They are exporting everywhere. Our Chinese imports account for 90% of our total imports. We are importing only from them. In short, we need them. They do not need us. They are a powerful country. We are not. I come back to Ukraine. Before you talk too much about democracy and protecting this and protecting that and freedom of this and freedom of that. 4 top countries in the world, China and America are 1 and 2, or you can call them 2 and 1. Russia and India are 3 and 4, or you can call them 4 and 3. But there is no doubt that 1, 2, 3, 4 are these 4 countries: India, China, Russia and USA. Now what is happening in Ukraine? Number 1 country, USA, is making Ukraine irritate number 4 country to weaken number 4. What happens if number 2 tries to irritate number 3 like that by asking Pakistan to go on pushing us, which it is already doing? Ukraine is Russia's Pakistan. Think about it like that. Then you will be able to understand why we have, what is geostrategy, why even our science topics have to be tailored, the courses made so that things that are strategically and vitally important for India in times of great crisis are the ones that are taught to young students, because this is where the most jobs will be 5 years, 10 years from now. We will have only these 4 top countries in the world. So we have to really figure out what we are doing before we start listening to this and that and social media and meaningless things on Twitter and Facebook and all that. All that is meaningless. Please remember that we are living in a very dangerous world today, and you young students are the ones who are inheriting this world. So it is something that you have to think about seriously as you are leaving college and going into the large world outside. For the final point linked to educational policy changes, I want to go to the constitutional aspects. I will touch on 3 areas where constitutional intervention is becoming important. The first is whether education should belong to the central list or to the state list or to the concurrent list where it is today. These are serious questions because there are plus and minus points of having education in each of these three categories. All are good and all are bad. Let us not forget, in 1975, at the controversial time of the emergency, education was pushed into the concurrent list from the state list, where it had remained peacefully since 1950. Should it then go back now to the state list? That is what some state governments, including Tamil Nadu, are arguing. Should it go to the central list for some time at least, until situation stabilizes? Or should it remain where it is in the concurrent list? Now, I ask, these are tough questions and I am asking you to ponder over them. Concurrent list should not be an option simply because there is a disagreement between the center and the state. You see, because our constitution is so written that if it comes to a battle between the center and the center always wins. So, the concurrent list is not a solution to this problem. For example, today there is a lot of discussion in Tamil Nadu on NEET, the medical college exam. This is connected with this concurrent list problem. Why are other states not agitating about NEET? Have you ever thought about it? Is it that the state government here is effectively admitting that its own colleges have not delivered the goods? How long will the state government maintain that social backwardness is the only reason Tamil Nadu students might not be doing well in NEET? Has social backwardness been removed in those other states that are following NEET? I am curious to know this. So, is this an educational question, a social question, or just rank political opportunism? Get votes. Say whatever you like to please the public at that time, get the votes and then forget. Students must ask these questions to those in power. You know, students have, throughout the world history, have caused sometimes fundamental changes in the state of governance of their countries, you know. Some of these important things are what you should be questioning, young men and women, not agitating about the right to practice your religion in the classroom. That is the least important. When you have no money and no geopolitical influence, you cannot indulge yourself in fancies and fantasies. India may be number 3 or number 4. Unless it becomes number 1 or number 2, I am not happy. Even number 3 and number 4 is not good enough in today's world. It is so competitive. If you do not have money, you cannot indulge yourself, for example, in these reservations. The idea underlying reservations is undoubtedly noble. But how can we implement them within an economically sound model? And how long should reservations continue? Ambedkar himself said that a reservation is no longer a reservation if it applies to 70% of the population. He said this during the Constitutional Assembly debates 1946 to 1949. Reservations cannot go on forever because this would mean that they were not successful. There must be a balance between equity and equality. Basically, the quality of teaching and research must be such that the need for reservations become less and less as we go along. Throughout the country, however, reservations have become linked to political vote banks. Many political parties maintain their vote banks by keeping people uneducated. In any case, no government can afford reservations in education and employment indefinitely because government does not have the kind of money to deliver education to all the people it is giving seats. Another problem we have is that we are overproducing people with degrees in subjects that are not going to give them jobs. Maybe it's better to study pharmaceutical sciences than African studies. If you study pharma, you may get a job. If you study African studies today in India, you may not get a job. So if somebody comes and says, I want to start a university only for pharma, maybe you will be wise if you accept that proposal. The situation in humanities and social sciences is very bad, I will confess. In North India, the percentage of unemployable graduates is extremely high. In the South, it is slightly better, but still not any cause for satisfaction, not for me at any rate. The issue of medium of instruction in primary and higher education continues to seize the imagination of students, teachers, parents and educationists. It is a matter fraught with political connotations, especially in Tamil Nadu. The National Education Policy NEP 2020 identifies issues and analyzes various schemes that have been operating so far. Rather vaguely, it says that the three-language formula will continue to be implemented while keeping in mind the constitutional provisions, aspirations of the people, regions and the union, and the need to promote multilingualism as well as to promote national unity. A lawyer must have written this. What does it mean? To me, it sounds like nonsense, meaningless. Is it some kind of backdoor imposition of Hindi on non-Hindi speaking states? This is an obvious question that any South Indian will ask. India does not have a national language, and rightly so. We don't have a national language. Remember this. Let nobody tell you that we have a national language. It was decided in the Constituent Assembly that we would not have a national language. Never make that mistake. A polyglot country like ours does not need one. Our Constitution recognizes 22 official languages. 22 official languages. And some combination of these is used by the union and state governments in their work. That's all. As India strives to attend in the Committee of Nations, it is clear that our huge numbers of children and young adults of school and college going age should be optimally advantaged in order that they are able to cope and compete within their state, within the country and internationally, within the whole world. This leveraging is most effectively done linguistically. A child should be taught, must be taught, basic concepts in the language in which he or she can best emote and give free rein to imagination. English is our pathway to the world. It is also a sort of linked language within the country, although Hindi is fast replacing it in this regard. The need for a linked language is, however, not as acute as it was, say, in 1950, when linguistic groups were sharply demarcated. TV, movies and social media, also the migration of people across the country have ensured that many residents in urban and semi-urban areas have some sort of working knowledge of English and Hindi. People from outside a state also seem to be readily picking up the local language, even when it is quite distinct from their mother tongue. One hears a lot more Hindi in Chennai today than one did 10 years ago. At the same time, I hear North Indians in Chennai speaking Tamil in, say, shops and restaurants. Languages are no longer impenetrable silos that divide people. Languages unite. Languages do not divide. I can speak 4 Indian languages comfortably. So, I'm not unique. Many people are multilingual in India like me. I'm not counting English. There is little doubt that the imaginative skill of an individual is enhanced if basic education is imparted in the mother tongue. The NEP discreetly speaks of, quote, home language, mother tongue, local language, regional language, unquote. Home language, mother tongue, local language, regional language. Let us not forget that for the vast majority of us, all these languages are one and the same. It is important that our young people are equipped to excel in imaginative skills, because it is such skills that are sorely lacking in our outmoded rote learning method of education today. Accordingly, there can be no doubt that education in the foundational stage as defined in NEP, namely ages 3 to 8, must be in the local language with no exception. By no exception, I really mean no exception. No different rules for private schools, no different rules for convent schools, no different rules for government schools. No, everybody. Don't speak to me about children of transferable central government employees. They are a minuscule minority for which a special solution can be worked out. The minority should not dictate to the majority who belong to the state. This is our unique speciality in India. When the smaller the minority, the more it can dictate to the larger the majority. Same thing is happening here also. Minority in this language matter should not dictate to the majority who belong to the state. They were born in the state. They will live in this state for most of their lives. Ideally, education in the local language should also continue into the preparatory 8 to 11 years old, 8 to 11th class, 8 to 11 years old, middle 11 to 14 years old, secondary 14 to 18 years old. Now, even more ideally, higher education should also be conducted in the local language as an alternative to English. Both choices should be allowed. Way back in 1937, Rabindranath Tagore, he urged Dr. Shamaprasad Mukherjee, the Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University, to permit students to write their PhD thesis in Bengali. And he said he was going to give the convocation address that year to Calcutta University in Bengali, and he did so. So I see nothing wrong in that. I see nothing wrong in a PhD thesis from MCC being written in Tamil. Absolutely nothing, because this is the way in which the imaginative skill will be triggered off. English is still essential, however. An increased felicity in this wonderful international language needs to be developed in order that we can compete aggressively in the metropolitan and international arenas. It can and should come in as a second language everywhere at the preparatory stage, age 8, while a third language, say Hindi, Sanskrit, Urdu, could enter at the middle stage, age 11, without the need for passing an exam. So you pass exam only in the local language and in English, enough. The entire issue of language should be moved from the emotional to the pragmatic. There is no need to invoke either patriotism or regional pride. There is no need to say Tamil means I am in regional pride, Hindi means I am nationalistic, English means I am international, I am global citizen. Nothing like that. Okay? I speak all these three languages quite comfortably. And there is no contradiction, no? I am still who I am. There is no need to label me like this and that. There is no need to invoke. Language is a matter of utility, communicability and practicality. Our educational policy should be framed accordingly. In short, our so-called 3-language formula, 2-language formula and other formulae may be generally allowed to lapse. They were useful in the interim, no doubt, but they will hardly be so useful in the long run. A few words about science and technology are in order before I conclude. Science is strategic. The Western countries have shown us that good science leads to more money, which in turn leads to better science. In this Ukraine war yesterday, Russia used a paint for those missiles which cannot be detected in the radar systems. So that's why they just come very stealth missiles or something they call them. So you do better science, you will have better strategic advantage. Battle of Plassey, 1757. We lost 60,000 people, the English lost only 600. Why? Because they had guns that were able to aim more accurately than our guns. That's all. After that, 200 years of slavery, because our science was not so good. The Western countries have shown that good science leads to more money, which in turn leads to better science. The more money you have, the better the science you can do. It is only because of S&T that the West has dominated the rest of the world for so long. China has realized this long before us. So now it is overtaking the US in science. which is why the US is getting so scared. And the only way to facilitate S&T is to improve the education system. Education is all important, but you must remember it is a slow investment. It is not like building roads and bridges. What you sow, you only reap after 50 years. If you sow weeds and thorny plants, the thorny plants will become huge thorny forests and weeds after 50 years. Education has been neglected or distorted in a profound way in our country. The present time is, I believe, where we as a people must work together to put it in a proper and higher setting so that India may find its true place in a changing world. The future belongs to you, graduating youngsters of MCC and thousands of others like you. Our generation has been unable to provide answers. It is up to you to pose the right questions. Jai Hind, thank you very much, and all the very best for a bright future.
Thank you very much, sir, for your illuminating address, which I am sure would reverberate in the minds of the young graduates for many years from now. I now invite our principal, Dr. Paul Wilson, to honor the faculties and students for the academic year 2019-2020, as the names are being called out by the Associate Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. S. Samuel Rufus. The prize winners are requested to enter through the right side of the stage and leave by the left side of the stage.
List of candidates receiving the special prizes at the graduation day today. With great pleasure and appreciation, we present the following prizes and medals to our outstanding students on behalf of various esteemed individuals on whose names these awards have been instituted. Prize winners from the Department of History, Malaya Naidu Prize. He also receives a faculty special prize, Vishnu PK. Thurso Prize from BA History, Megha R. Kumar. Dr. Chandran D.S. Devanesan Prize goes to Aparna Menon from BA History. The Kellett Prize goes to Sangeeta E. Bachchan from MA History. The Clarence David Prize goes to Naresh B. He also receives the Shanmugam Memorial Prize. The Clarence David Prize goes to Batul S. Hussain Nadir from MA History. The Faculty Special Prize for the Best Outgoing Student, regular or occasional, for the UG stream goes to Krishna Priya from BA History Vocational. The Nambi Aruran Prize for the Best UG Students in American History goes to Sangeeta Dharmarajan, and the Pandipeti Adinarayana Prize goes to Julia Matthew from BA Political Science. She also receives the Dr. M. Abel Gold Medal. The Ratnabai Ilangovan Gold Medal goes to Ruth M. Chunga from MA Political Science. P. Velu Chettiar Prize goes to Mahat Mangal from MA Political Science, and Dr. M. Abel Gold Medal Prize goes to Stephen Kaikochan Dongal from MA Political Science. Kamalam and Abhishek Contender Award goes to Selvarani GS from BA Political Science. The Kamalam and Abhishek Contender Award again goes to Subha Lakshmi from MA Political Science. Prize winners from the Department of Public Administration. The KMS Reddy Prize goes to Soumya G from MA Public Administration. The Professor C.A. Perumal Prize goes to Kalaivani OP from MA Public Administration. Mrs. Rachel Abel Gold Medal goes to Rakshika P. She also receives the Dr. M. Suresh Babu Prize. Dr. Stephen Samuel Gold Medal goes to Aksa Sam from MA Public Administration. She also receives the Dr. Mary and Dr. M.J. John Prize. Dr. M. Abel Gold Medal goes to Rishabh Kumar MS from MA Public Administration. Prize winners from the Department of Economics. Professor Paul David Prize goes to Reba Jason from BA Economics. Dr. Lakaraju Subbarao Prize goes to Aliza Thomas from BA Economics. Raja Sir Annamalai Chettiar Prize goes to Mariam Varghese Nainan from MA Economics. She also receives the Surendra Kaushik Prize, Money and Finance, the Tabe Korean Endowment Medal also. The P.P. Kushalapa Award goes to John Alias from MA Economics. Dr. C.T. Korean Prize for Best Second MA Dissertation goes to G. Saranya from MA Economics. Prize winners from the Department of Philosophy. The Cooper Prize goes to Megha Liz Varghese. She also receives the Dr. G.S.S. Srinivasa Rao Gold Medal, Dr. Michael Lockwood Gold Medal, and the Dr. Gabriel Merigala Gold Medal. Dr. Radhakrishnan Prize goes to Victor Dayasagar Pani from BA Philosophy. The Jitendra Rodrigues Gold Medal goes to Joshin Johnson from BA Philosophy. The Miller Philosophy Prize goes to Adhari Robin from MA Philosophy. He also receives the Dr. Michael Lockwood Gold Medal and the Dr. Gabriel Merigala Gold Medal. Jitendra Rodrigues Gold Medal goes to Hannah Margaret P. from MA Philosophy. Dr. C.T. Krishnamachari Prize goes to Amal Raj S. from MA Philosophy. Reverend Floyd R. Harbold Gold Medal Endowment Lecture Prize goes to Alfred Jeevan from BA Philosophy. Prize winners from the Department of English. The special prize goes to Marzia Begum S. from 3rd BA English. She also receives the Reverend William Stevenson Endowment Prize. The Kellett Prize goes to Blula Sarah Abraham. She also receives the Tirumadi Ratnaba Ilangovan Gold Medal and the Dr. Lata Arnachalam Endowment Prize. Prize winners from the Department of Tamil. The Narayanan Prize goes to Narendran E. from BA Tamil. Dr. T. Rajagopalan Prize goes to Ranjani N. from MA Tamil. Prize winners from the Department of Social Work. The Special Prize Medical and Psychiatric Specialization in MSW goes to Ishaku Daniel Adamu. The Special Prize Community Development Specialization goes to Satya Guru S. from MSW. Hannah and Nainan John Gold Medal goes to Anjali G. Elo from MSW. The Professor Nainan P. John Award for Overall Excellence goes to Catherine Gifta Jayamani A. from MSW. Professor Nainan P. John Award for Overall Excellence from MSW goes to Karen Samuel. The Sundari and Abhishek Resilience Award goes to Angel S. from MSW. And the Dr. Hannah John Memorial Prize goes to Sangeeta S. from MSW. Prize winners from the Department of Commerce. The MCT Chidambaram Chettiar Medal goes to Vaishnavi P. from BCom. She also receives the Ranjit Prize for Accountancy, M.R. Rajagopala Naidu Accounts Prize, M.R. Rajagopala Naidu Law Prize, K.P. Balakrishnan Memorial Prize, and Ranjit Prize for Mercantile Law. Rajeshwari M. from BCom gets the Commerce Prize. The MCT Chidambaram Chettiar Medal goes to Jolin Daisy Ratnapriya from MCom. Prize winners from the Department of Mathematics. The Astronomy Prize goes to Sujana Praislin from the BSc Mathematics class. She also receives the Shri S.S. Manian and Srimati Raji Endowment Gold Medal. The Chandrasekhara Ganapati Endowment Astronomy Prize goes to Anthea Greety. She also receives the Penathur K. Subramaniam Silver Medal. Chandrasekhara Ganapati Endowment Astronomy Prize goes to Indra Priyadarshini from BSc Mathematics. Chandrasekhara Ganapati Endowment Astronomy Prize goes to Syed Hanif U from BSc Mathematics. He also receives the Ross Prize. The Moran Prize for MSc Mathematics goes to Sita Lakshmi CA. The Moran Medal from MSc Mathematics class goes to Sandra Baiju. Narasimha Rao Gold Medal for MSc Mathematics goes to Remy Mariam Reggie. The Padma Shri P.T. Venugopal Prize for MSc Mathematics goes to Yogeshwari B. Prize winners from the Department of Statistics. Professor Kibble Prize goes to Ananya KV from BSc Statistics. She also receives the Dr. K. Parthasarathi Prize, the Shri K. N. Sinu Rajammal Gold Medal. The T.G. Savarirayan Prize goes to Akila PM from MSc Statistics. She also receives the Gift Ceremony Gold Medal. The Natarajan Prize goes to Jessie Clever Jabakani. Dr. S. Govindaraju Gold Medal goes to Padma Priya from MSc Statistics. Prize winners from the Department of Physics. Raghunatha Rao Prize goes to P. George Christopher from BSc Physics class. He also receives the Professor K. M. Karunakaran Memorial Prize. The Amjad Prize goes to Ranjit Matthew Roy, but from BSc Physics class. The Aberdeen Prize goes to Anjana Kandan from BSc Physics class. And the P. Subramanian Memorial Prize goes to Arun Reggie Chaco from BSc Physics. The PSC Subramanian Memorial Prize goes to Muhil N from MSc Physics. He also receives the Professor P.M. Matthews Prize. The Manya Ramanadaya Prize goes to Angel Joy from the MSc Physics class. The Manya Ramanadaya Prize goes to Pondurao V. Balasubramania Iyer Memorial Prize goes to Athira S. Kumar from MSc Physics class. She also receives the Professor P.M. Matthews Prize. Prize winners from the Department of Chemistry. T.T. Thomas Prize from the BSc Chemistry class goes to Maria Gigi Parakal. The Boyd Prize goes to Varsha Merin Varghese from the BSc Chemistry class. Dr. S.V. Anandakrishnan Gold Medal for the Best Outgoing Student goes to Lokesh V from the BSc Chemistry class. Dr. I.M. Mathai Prize goes to Aishwarya R from the BSc Chemistry class. The Amjad Prize goes to Priya G from MSc Chemistry. The Professor Edward Barnes Memorial Prize goes to Elsa Maria Jordi from MSc Chemistry. Dr. R. Gopalan, former HOD, a prize goes to R. Lipin from MSc Chemistry. Then the prize winners from the Department of Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology. The Boyd Prize goes to Bharat S from BSc Plant Biology and PBT class. He also receives the Caparis Prize. Dr. K.A. Ganesan Prize goes to Komal Bhati from the MSc PBT class. Dr. K.R. Venkata Subban Prize goes to Kausalya G from the MSc Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology class. Professor Joel Christopher Gold Medal goes to Vaishnavi T from the MSc Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology class. Prize winners from the Department of Zoology. The Bucky Prize goes to Celsia Jnanaratnam WV from the BSc Zoology class. She also receives the Dr. G.J. Fanuel Gold Medal. The Shalini Prize for Developmental Biology goes to Sharon Jing C from the BSc Zoology class. She also receives the Dr. Joshua Gold Medal, George T. Subramanian Gold Medal, the Raja J. Swamidas Award, Professor Mrs. Ethel Bhaskaran Prize, and the Dr. Mitra G. Augustine Gold Medal. Vasantaraj David Gold Medal goes to Jehona Julia Bensi M.J. from the BSc Zoology class. Tirumadi Chellamal Raja Endowment Prize goes to Rebecca Princey R from the BSc Zoology Vocational class. The Raja J. Swamidas Award goes to Elizabeth George from the MSc Zoology class. Dr. P.G. Sanjeevaraj Young Research Award goes to Sri Nandini V.R. from the MSc Zoology class. She also receives Professor Ethel Bhaskaran Prize, the George T. Subramanian Gold Medal, Shalini Prize for Developmental Biology, Dr. Joshua Gold Medal, Tirumadi Chellamal Raja Endowment Prize. The Vasantaraj David Gold Medal goes to Sangeeta S. from MSc Zoology. She also receives the Dr. G.J. Fanuel Gold Medal, Dr. M. Gladstone Gold Medal. Thank you.
It is said, hard work and dedication are the bedrock of every great achievement. We have now come to the much awaited moment of every successful graduate whose dreams have become a reality. I now invite our Principal and Secretary, Dr. Paul Wilson, to hand over the diplomas to the graduates. Graduates are requested to kindly come to the dais through my right. After receiving your diplomas, we request you to get back to your respective venues and kindly remain seated till the end of the program. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to invite Dr. R. Venkat Ramanujam, the head of the Department of History, to present the graduates, postgraduates from the Department of History.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who are qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History of the University of Madras. Aparna Menon, Arya Rajendran, Harishma PL, Kim Richa, Lalrin Dicky Darlon, Lingoy Chin, Maria Rabin, Megha R. Kumar, Asher Abi Kuriakos, Ain Bemo Izang, Hemant Vishwanath, Jayakant S, K. Mohammad Miran, K. Prahalad, Kameshwaran B, Karthik Sundar R, Pon Sanatan, Shiva Ganesh A. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History Vocational of the University of Madras. Divya Bharati, US. Krishna Suresh. Krishna Priya. Amrit. Desing Rajan V. Jitendra Kumar R. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Arts in History of the University of Madras. Alina Tangachan, Anjali Sanjay, Batul S. Hussain Nadir, Elsa Rose George, Jesslyn Mariam Varghese, Jeroshia Eileen P, Kaushalya MSM, Nayana Sara Varghese, Ramya J. Sangeeta E. Pachan, Balasubramanian V. Georgie Varghese, Joshua Daniel J. Naresh B. Pechiraj M. Stephen Koshi James, Tupten Namgyal,
May I now invite Dr. N.M. Hariharan, the Associate Professor from the Department of Political Science, to present the graduates, postgraduates, and MPhil scholars from the Department of Political Science.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Political Science of the University of Madras. Annie Jensi, Arati, Anandakshya, Anusha, Ardhira, Ashwati Prakash, Danusha, Ponkuri, Gayatri, Jnana Shibi, Gracie, Jayanti, Julia Matthew, Mani Bharati A, Dishantani N. Matthews, Process Sajan, Salvarani G.S., Sneha M., Saundarya A.K., Subha, Sueda A., Unnamalai L., Veena G. Pradeep, Vimala B., Yajil G., Akilan, Ashwin, Balasubramanian V., Benjamin Shongale, D. Jagannath, Devendra Kumar R., Gerson Lal Samuel, H. Joseph, Hamid Akram, Hanish Srinivasan, Joel C., Karthikeyan C., Kriba Nityanand, Krishna Bharati, Lakshmi Narayana, Maria Valansing, Maxwell Verghese, Paul Baptist, Rohit Matthew Thomas, Samuel P, Selva Prakash R, Shito Achume, Shobin R.S. Ebenezer, Siva Harish, Vasanta Kumar, Venkatesh G.K. Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Masters of Arts in Political Science of the University of Madras. Daily Grace, Dilshan Babu, yes. Gautami M. Kirtiga, Marin Joseph, Raghavi R. Ruth M. Chunga, Saharna, Subbalakshmi, Tetla Santam, Vaishali A. Venikali Achumi, Gautam S. Jitu Abraham, John Milton, Santosh Raja, Sion, Stephen Donjel. Okay. So I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who are qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Political Science of the Madras University. Manohar Nyashri, Malarvandan,
Now I call upon Dr. Mrs. N. Ansuman to present the postgraduates and MPhil scholars of the Department of Public Administration.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Arts in Public Administration of the University of Madras. Ms. Aishwarya, Ms. Aksa Sam, Ms. Beulah, Ms. Divya, Ms. Kalevani, Ms. Laura, Ms. Muthuminal, Ms. Pavitra Roopkala, Ms. Numa Evangeline, Ms. Ram Mohan Priyanka, Ms. Soumya G, Mr. Arun Kumar, Mr. Baptist Jonas, Mr. Bibin Joshua, Mr. Guru Vignesh, Mr. Hudson Pringle, Mr. Micah, Mr. Mohilan, Mr. Raj Durai, Mr. Rishabh Kumar, Mr. Roshan Reggie, Mr. Atensu, Mr. Santosh Daniel, Mr. Seshan, Mr. Vignesh, Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Public Administration of the University of Madras. Ms. Inakali Sumi, Ms. Mugeshwari, Mr. Rohit Thomas Abraham.
The graduates, postgraduates, and MPhil scholars of the Department of Economics will be presented by the head of the Department of Economics, Dr. Mrs. Jacqueline Rajabai.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economics of the University of Madras. Abhirami A.S., Aliza Thomas, Amirta L, Anisha Limal, Anne Maria Jose, Bhuvaneswari M, Darshini N, Epsiba K, Feba Mary Sabu, Kirtana S, Nandita S, Pavitra M, Prinsila P, Ramya P, Reba Jason, Saira Maman, Sara, Savita S, Shisa Saljo, Sona Shaji, Sri Bala Muralidharan, Srija Rachel Varghese, Sushmita, Varsha Joshi, Abhishek Kumar, Albin Thomas, Amal Kurian, D. Parthiban, George Jimmy, Joel Jebadure, John Samuel, Niranjan K, Lokesh M, Muhammad Matai Faisal, Naresh Prabhu, Niresh R, Vinod Kevin, Pradeep E, Praveen C, Rohit Ildayarajan, Tamil Vanan, Tanmay Matthews, Tejas Thomas, Tanige Bharat, Thomas Karthik Varghese. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Arts in Economics of the University of Madras. Anna Reshma Sabu, Anu Sruti, Saranya, Jayalakshmi, Kavya K.A., Kirtana S., Kulla Satya, Mariam Varghese, R. Kirtana, Sai Akshaya, John Elias, Karthikeyan, Sangeet Matthew Philip. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Economics of the University of Madras. Ashwati Ann Thomas. Elava Meha S. Mohan.
It is my pleasure to invite Dr. James Kurian to present the graduates and postgraduates from the Department of Philosophy.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy of the University of Madras. Monica B, Sarala D, Akbar Shafi, Alfred Jeevan, Shalok P. Sam, Victor Daya Sagar Pani. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy of the University of Madras. Angeline Mary, Hannah Margaret, Adahiri Robin, Amal Raj, Ashish Matthew, Joel S, Yadala Abhishek.
May I now invite Dr. Mrs. Meghala Rajan, the head of the Department of English, to present the graduates and postgraduates from the Department of English.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature of the University of Madras. Arsha Mary Alex, Tamil, Aksa Ann Kuriakos, Akshaya, Alicia Thomas, Anne Infantina, Anusha Martini, Aparna Pavangat, Ashwika Shaji, Elsa John, Harini, Harini N, Harini V, Jane Preeta, Jean Sterina, Joanne Swarna, Kayalviri, Malati V, Marzia Begum, Merin Shaji, Merlin Deborah, Miraculin Aksha, Mubina Fatima, Nandini Devi, Nicole George, Parvati, Tracy Sarah Vergis, Prarthana, Pranita Albina, Priyanka, Rima Susan Thomas, Rohini, Rosemary, Sama Anjum, Sarah, Shalini Joy, Shannon Patricia, Sharon Jemima, Sherman Ovia Jagat, Sugali Krupa, Sunanda, Shruti, Susan Grace, Sweetie, Teresa Ann Josie, Varshini, Vidya Lakshmi, Akash, Ashish Singh, Balaji, Crescent Paul, Dan John, David Brainerd, Kadiravan, Paul Emmanuel David, Sangeet Alex Abraham, Sanjeevi Kumar, Vamsi, Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Arts in English Language and Literature of the University of Madras. Aarti, Alma Stanzi, Anna Joy, Binu Jerlin Harani, Viviana Brito, Blula Sarah Abraham, Candlin Hannah Concordin, Catherine Veronica, Durga Devi, Indu Mary John, Iron Peter, Jasper Jebamalar, Lindsay Annie Rajan, Lydia Anthony, Maria Thomas, Megha Joseph, Merlin, Neha, Niranjana, Niveda, Preeti Pradeepa, Priya, Rajin Sushmina, Santya Priya, Shanmuga Priya, Sharon Liberty, Sheetal Mary Burgess, Sharon Ebenezer, David Paul, George David, Jacob Satish Singh, Joyce Emmanuel, Joshua, Karthik Raja, Vignesh, Sugali, thank you.
சென்னை பல்கலைக்கழகத்தின் மூலமாக தமிழியலில் கலையியல் இளைஞர் நிறைஞர் மற்றும் தமிழ் இலக்கியத்தில் ஆய்வியல் நிறைஞர் பட்டம் பெற்ற நமது கல்லூரி மாணவ மாணவிகளை இந்த பேரவையில் சமர்ப்பிக்க தமிழ் துறையின் தலைவர் முனைவர் டேவிட் பிரபாகர் அவர்களை அழைக்கிறேன்.
ஐயா, தமிழியலில் சென்னை பல்கலைக்கழகத்தின் கலையியல் இளைஞர் பட்டம் பெறுவதற்கு தகுதி பெற்ற நமது கல்லூரி மாணவ மாணவிகளை இந்த பேரவையில் படைப்பதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறேன். அபிராமி எம், ஆனந்த பிரியா ஏ, அன்பு கவிதா பி, பாக்கியவதி ஏ, பவானி சி, தீபா என், தீபிகா பி, திவ்யா டி, கீதா இ, ஞான சௌந்தரி ஏ, ஹெப்சிபா ஜி, ஜபராணி எஸ், ஜெயலட்சுமி, கீர்த்திகா எஸ், கோதை பி, கிருத்திகா ஜே, லாவண்யா எஸ், லாவண்யா, மகாலட்சுமி எம், நான்சி திவ்யபிரியா, மீகாள் ஒய், நிவேதா ஜி, பிரசன்னா எம், பிரீத்தி வி, ஆர் கனிமொழி, ராதிகா டி, சரண்யா ஆர், சத்யஸ்ரீ பி, சாந்தி ஏ, ஷர்மிளா ஜி, शोभना ई, सिंधु एस, सिंधुजा के, सुगुणा पी, सुमित्रा आर, श्वेता आर, युगप्रिया एस, आनंद कुमार पी, भरत श्रीमान ए, मणिकंडन एन, नरेंद्रन ई, शिवप्रकाशम डी, विघ्नेश पी, विजय एम, ஐயா தமிழியலில் சென்னை பல்கலைக்கழகத்தின் கலையியல் நிறைஞர் பட்டம் பெற தகுதி பெற்றுள்ள நம்முடைய கல்லூரி மாணவ மாணவிகளை இந்த பேரவையில் படைப்பதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறேன். அமுதவல்லி ஆர், அனுப்ரீத்தி எஸ், தீபேஸ்வரி என், எஸ்தர் ஜோசபின் जे, गोमती ए, मैगदलिन एमिमाल राजकुमारी ई, मंजू डी, रंजनी एन, सरस्वती आर, सौमिया एस, अखिलन बी, दिनेश कुमार ए, इंबराज के, जॉन सामुएल एम, प्रशांत जे, शिवशंकर वी, विजय सुंदर, शिवशंकर विजय सुंदर, ஐயா தமிழியலில் சென்னை பல்கலைக்கழகத்தின் ஆய்வியல் நிறைஞர் பட்டம் பெறுவதற்கு தகுதி பெற்ற நம்முடைய கல்லூரி மாணவ மாணவிகளை இந்த பேரவையில் படைப்பதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறேன். கிருஷ்ணவேணி ஆ, பூ பூர்ணிமா கே. பிரேயர் வின் ரேச்சல் ஏ. பிரியதர்ஷினி ஏ. சங்கீதா சி. வள்ளியம்மாள் பி. அஜித் குமார் எம். தில்லி பாபு பி. நன்றி.
The postgraduates of the Department of Social Work will be presented by Dr. Mrs. Miriam Samuel.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Social Work of the University of Madras. Anisha Babu, Anjali Elur, Catherine Gifta Jaimani, Catherine Gunasili, Janet Jaykumari, Jayshri, Sangeeta, Sneha Sesha, Daniel Abraham Baines, Jonathan Samuel, Mugilan, Nitin John, Prem, Satyaguru. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Mrs. Tamilarasu Mailachalam to present the graduates, postgraduates and MPhil scholars from the Department of Commerce.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce of the University of Madras. Aarti Monalisam, Aishwaryam, Aishwarya S, Amritam, Anula Merlin, Anush Priyam, Divya Darshini, Ilavarsi, Godwin Anitam, Hajira Banu, Harani, Haritam, Jennifer Angelin, Kavyam, Lavanyam, Leenam, Leja Lavanyam, Lenny, Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi S. Malati, Merlin, Maurisham, Nandini, Narmada, Purani, Priyadarshini, Priyadarshini is Rajeshwari M, Ramya R, Radhi Meenam, Shabanam, Sankavi, Sandhyam, Sashi Rekam, Celsium, Shantini Hanam, Sinola Princy, Sumitram, Sushila Suresh Kumar, Sweda K, Sweda G, Vaishnavi, Yamini, Alan, Arvind, Atish, Dinagaran, Balamurugan, what's your name? Clinton, Dinagaran, Dinesh Kumar, Gunaharan, Jagan, James, Joel, Jonathan, Jose, Joshua, Khalil, Mohan, Moses, Nandagopal, Rohan, Rajadurai, Ramesh Kumar, Abilayam, Roshan, Mohan Ram, Timothy, I have the honor, sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Vocational of the University of Madras. Abhinayam, Abhirami, Aishwaryam, Anna Samuel, Parveen, Gayatri, Pearly, yeah? Yes. Jayabharati, Jayam, Priyadarshini, Sadia Hussain, Sandhyam, Sylviam, Vijay Lakshmi, Janardhanan, Janish, Joshua, Mohammed Faisal, Naveen Burgess, Nikhil Abraham, Paswan, Praveen, Marcus, Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of a college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Commerce of the University of Madras. Anna Philip, Lysiam, Javamala, Jennifer, Jordan Daisy, Shivani Shri, Malarviri, Nancy, Priyam, Susan, Sandhyam, Sansu, Shabana, Shalini, Shanti, Shibam, Shiny, Siggy, Sivapriyam, Sneha Elizabeth, Soniam, Tabitha Claris, Van Loom, Alan, Binu Samuel, Ganesh Arvindam, Joshua, Naveen, Pavitran, Prem Kumar, Ram Kumar, Siva Kumar, Vishnu Kannan, Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Commerce of the University of Madras. Asinam, Jayanti, Reshwam, Jagadish, thank you.
May I now invite Dr. Robinson, the head of the Department of Mathematics, to present the graduates, postgraduates and MPhil scholars from the Department of Mathematics.
Okay, a kind request to all the graduates seated in all the venues to maintain the decorum of the assembly.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics of the University of Madras. Abhirami, Afroz Fatima, Agnes Augustine, Aishwarya, Anisha, Antiagriti, Antonin Sharina, Ashma, Haripriya, Hema Malini, Hepsiba, Indra Pridarshini, Jasmine Vinolia, Jabashila, Lavanya, Mohana Krishna Priya, Navya Aka George, Niraymati, Sharon Mary, Paurnami, Preeti, Priscilla Pridarshini, Rachel Joyce, Reba Susan Joseph, Saino Mariam Shaji, Saranya, Sona Simon, Sujana Praislin, Sujita Mary, Sweta, Tanvi Anna Lalu, Uma, Arivumati, Benson Kurian, Devanand, Dinakar, Gautam, Jewel Jose, Kingslin, Kiranjit, Kishore Kumar, Krishna, Manigandan, Manigandan Ian, Nixon Samuel Chalaya, Praveen Kumar, Sharan, Syed Hanif, Valarasu, Vasant. Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of the college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics of the University of Madras. Abhisha Quincy, Akila, Amuda, Amudini, Anubharati, Ashwini, Divya Bharati, Divya, Emimal, Elilarasi, Febi Koshi, Gongswa Juliet, Jenny Godlin, Joy Mercy, Kalaivani, Khatija Begum, Kesia Jubil, Lokeshwari, Meenakshi, Monisha, Nisha Catherine, Remy Mariam Riji, Sahaya Shalu Shabnam, Sandra Biju, Sita Lakshmi, Sharon Roshni, Shiny Pauline, Yogeshwari, Balakrishnan, Dinesh, Satyaruban, Vinod. Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Mathematics of the University of Madras. Jaba, Yogisha. Thank you, sir.
This being the solemn occasion, I request students to wait in silence. The graduates and postgraduates of the Department of Statistics will be presented by Professor Miriam Kalpana, Assistant Professor in Charge, Department of Statistics.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Statistics of the University of Madras. Aarti, Aishwarya, Aarti M, Ashwini, Deepika, Divya, Esther, Ida Sharon, Jeffy Clara, Jocelyn, Sheetal, Monica, Nandini, Nikita, Preeti, Rebecca, Ria, Shakina, Sarojini, Sweta, Adiban, Ajay, Ajo Jacob, Anthony Judson, Ashish, Daniel Raj, Ebenezer, Guru Prasad, Hari Krishnan, Jebraj, Jayasurya, Jiva, Judah Richardson, Lalit Akash, Naresh Kumar, Nishant, Jerome, Sarvan Samuel, Ujjwal Kumar, Yusuf. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Science in Statistics of the University of Madras. Akila, Berin Vinola, Betsy, Carol, Deepa, Ganipriya, Gayatri, Jebita, Jessie, Lydia, Padma Priya, Rachel George, Sabita, Kalvinidhi, Richard Franklin, Vignesh. Thank you, sir.
Now I call upon Dr. P. Samuel Oswadhan, Head of the Department of Physics, to present the graduates, postgraduates, and MPhil scholars of the Department of Physics.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who are qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics of the University of Madras. Alvi Mammon, Grishma Tom, Jeffy Manora, Joshika, Kajal Rani Jose, Srividya Meghana, Kavita, Preeti, Reena Joseph, Riya Ajit, Sangeeta, Shekina Silva, Vidyashri, Abel George Koshi, Ajay P, Arun Reggie Chaco, Devasahayam, Emil Mani Benoy, Jay Shankar, right, Krizant, George Christopher, Sakib Majid Lone, and Vishwaganapati. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who are qualified for the degree of Master of Science in Physics of the University of Madras. Amalu Hannah Alex, Amirda Varshini, Angel Alias, Angel Joy, and John, Aparna, Asha Mary George, Atira Kumar, Aisha Permin, Beulah Devakurba, Devika Jayan, Devika R, Gayatri, Jalin Kirubabai, Jacinta, Mohil, Jency Augustine, Nitya, Padmini, Priyanka, Shalini, Saranya, Sonia, Sri Sharon. Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Physics of the University of Madras. Andrea Judy, Josephine Sangeeta, Mariam Verghese, Sangeeta, Shamim Banu, Sweta, Valerisha, Christus Moni. Thank you, sir.
It is my pleasure to invite Dr. E. Ayyappan, the head of the Department of Chemistry, to present the graduates, postgraduates, MPhil scholars from the Department of Chemistry.
So, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Chemistry of the University of Madras. Adolin, Abhinaya, Aishwarya, Alina, Atulya, Bhavadarini, Deepthi, Divya, Batmaja, Jaslyn, Kartiani, Kerina, Maria Gigi, Madhumita, Parvati, Pratibha, Sharon, Shruti Vinod, Ovia, Varsha, Vinita, Anugrah, Ashwin, Durga Prasad, Keetan Kumar, Gunaseelan, Harikesh, Jacob, Lokesh, Soyambulingam, Vignesh R, Vignesh V, Vishwakumar. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Science in Chemistry of the University of Madras. Anila Matthew, Annie Brevlin, Christy, Elsa, Harini, Malavika, Meha, Merin, Priyadashni, Ramya, Ranjita, Shivapriya, Smriti Mukherjee, Sylvia, Yuvashri, yes, Davis, Divya Prabhu, Murali, Shivashankar. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of a college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Chemistry of the University of Madras. Dona, Kirti Satish, Ranjini Jennifer,
May I now invite Dr. Mrs. E. Joyce Sundrapriya, Head of the Department of Botany, to present the graduates, postgraduates and MPhil scholars from the Department of Botany.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology of the University of Madras. Aishwarya, Anju, Kajila, Deepika, Getsiar, Delicia, Jane, Jaypriya, Madhura, Mali Evangeline, Merin, Priyadarshini, Purnavardhani, Feli, Raini, Roslyn, Shamila, Cedricia, Saumya, Yamuna, Ajit Kumar, Arokya Stephen, Bharat, Charles, Joy Christopher, Mahiran, Murgash, Pranav Kumar, Samuel Gladstone, Selvam, Srinivasan, Tarun Sundar. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Science in Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology of the University of Madras. Agnes, Arokya Monisha, Hepzibah, Kaushalya, Nandini, Pratipa, Shrihita, Anishkar, Ebenezer, Harinder Yadav, Mukesh Babu, Sansuri, Syed Abdul, Vijay. Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Botany to the University of Madras. Agnes, Kokila, Mirfat, Nitya, Santosh. Thank you.
The graduates, postgraduates and MPhil scholars of the Department of Zoology will be presented by the head of the Department of Zoology, Dr. Mrs. Joyce Priyakumari.
Sir, I have the honor to present to this august assembly the students of our college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Zoology of the Department of the University of Madras. Hannah Merlin, Ananya, Baby Bharati, Bhavani, Celsia, Daphne Susan, Deepika, Geeta Priya, Gunasundari, Jehona, Jancy, Josephine Cynthia, Magdalene, Niharika, Patmaja, Ramani, Rebecca Catherine, Shalini, Sharon, Tarunam Fatima, Abhishek, Ankit Kumar, Ashish Jose, Chandru, Dilip Kumar, Fazil Ahmed, Inigo Frederick, Jason Jabakumar, Jay Silva, John Wycliffe, Rajesh Kannan, Rohit, Ronald Joshua Ravi, Samuel Asir, Benbam Reinbix, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of a college who have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Zoology Vocational of the University of Madras. Aishwarya, Selena, Erika, Jennifer, Malavika, Mercelin, Preeta, Priyadashini, Rebecca Princey, Sandhya, Srinika, Sureka, Vijay Lakshmi, Vinolia, James Staines, Leela Krishnan, Murugan, Vignesh. Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of a college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Science in Zoology of the University of Madras. Abigail, Abina, Anlin, Annie, Delina, Julin, Kirti, Linaire, Mercy Matilda, Pavitra, Perlin, Pradista, Priscilla, Priya, Reshma, Sangeeta, Sharon Vasantaraj, Shiny, Srinandini, Arun Vince, Ishwar, Lalrin P.R. Halte, Muralidharan, Sir, I have the honor to present to this August Assembly students of a college who have qualified for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Zoology of the University of Madras. Elsa Ann Kushi, Rani Maria John, Chesia Galzi,
Now I call upon the Controller of Examinations, Dr. Ravi Shankar, to present the data with regard to the graduates receiving the degree in absentia.
Sir, under the laws of the university, I present unto you in absentia the following number of candidates who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees of the University of Madras in the respective departments. In the year 2019-2020, a total of 1,100 students, including 550 undergraduate, 307 postgraduate, and 40 MPhil program students have been awarded in the respective disciplines. Of them, 81 undergraduates, 85 postgraduate, and 37 MPhil program students have been conferred with degrees in absentia. Thank you, sir.
The college principal will now lead the congregation of the new graduates in the taking the pledge. This will be followed by the act of committal by Reverend C.S.C. Ross, followed by the choral blessing by the college choir. I request you to kindly rise for the pledge and remain standing till the choral blessing is rendered by the choir.
I'll be reading the pledge. I request the students who are gathered here as well as in gallery as well as in examinations hall to rise up now and repeat after me when I read the pledge. We shall in thought, word and deed ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession, and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our college and the university. We shall uphold and advance social order and the well-being of our fellow members, and shall devote all our energy to promote unity, integrity, and the secular ideal of our country. By virtue of the authority vested on me as the principal of Madras Christian College, I admit you to the several degrees for which you have been declared qualified, and in token whereof I permit you to wear the academic robes ordained as the insignia of your degrees.
O God, the eternal protector of all that trust in you, without you nothing is complete, send down your benediction upon these young men and women who are graduating from our college. May they now pursue their several callings with learning, devotion and skill. Protect and keep them from all harm beneath the enormous stress of this busy world. Shield them from self-love, self-pity and self-will in every guise and disguise. May they devote to you their aspirations, affections, resolutions, searchings, strivings and certitudes. Grant unto them humility to listen and learn, wisdom to understand, obedience to attempt, strength to obey, and courage to accept. Let not prosperity spoil them, and let not adversity frustrate them. And in your loving wisdom, work in them the purpose of your perfect will, to the joy of their homes, the continued loyalty to their alma mater, the good of the country and the glory of your holy name. Amen.
Kindly be seated. I request the student chairman of the College Union Society, J. Surya, 3rd BCom, to render the vote of thanks.
If the only prayer you say in your life is thank you, that would suffice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Madras Christian College. A warm and graceful evening to our most valued honorable chief guest, Dr. Gautam Radhakrishna Desiraju, Principal Dr. P. Wilson, Bursar, Deaneries, Head of the Departments, worthy teachers and everyone gathered here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this celebration happen. I, J. Surya, on behalf of this continuing legacy and the entire fraternity of the institution, extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. With His blessings and grace, we are able to make this event successful. I extend a hearty thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Gautam Radhakrishna Desiraju, who spared time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff of our institution who are well versed in this job. I am sure of words for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. A special mention to our respected principal, Dr. P. Wilson, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as pillars of strength. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our bursar, loving deaneries, and the head of the departments for the untiring efforts. I would also like to thank the people who work behind the scene to make this event successful. Our sincere gratitude goes to all parents and the well-wishers of your rock-solid support system and encouragement. Without your support, students were not been able to achieve excellence. Thank you so much. Finally, I would like to thank our budding stars that made this event. Your days of hard work were evident in your results. Last but not the least, on behalf of Madras Christian College and the College Union Society, let me thank all the students to be disciplined and honored. Our students are not only good at academics, but also in extracurricular activities. We value you and every moment that you have stayed in this temple of learning. Thank you. Continue your association with us. Live Love MCC.
Thank you, Surya. Congratulations, graduates, on your well-deserved success. This academic milestone will always be remembered and cherished by all. According to the verse, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. May today be the first of many successful accomplishments for you, and may the Lord's blessings follow you all your life as you reach greater heights and bring laurels to the alma mater, Madras Christian College. The Principal and Secretary, Dr. Paul Wilson, will officially close the graduation day ceremony, followed by the singing of National Anthem led by the college choir. The ceremony will conclude with the recession of the dignitaries. The dignitaries and the graduates are all requested to join us for tea at the quadrangle. May I now invite the Principal and Secretary, Dr. Paul Wilson, to officially close this ceremony. And may I now request the congregation seated in Anderson Hall as well as in all the venues to kindly rise and to remain standing till the dignitaries leave the hall. Thank you.
I dissolve this graduation ceremony.